for joining this beautiful morning. Hope and pray that every one of you must have a wonderful journey. In Kokilaman, in association of all wonderful eternal associates, each and every gurus in our disciplic succession, and the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. It was a very unique and very enlivening experience to stay awake and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout the night, somehow or other by the mercy of those great personality who bestow the blessings upon all of us. And also, I would like to single out those devotees that they join before 9 p.m., between 8 and 9, and they almost stay. That was Girivardhari Prabhu, Riya Sharoha, Prasanna Visakha Devidasi, Yuvashri, and Shuddharshan, Ranga Devidasi, and Chaitanya Ras Prabhu, Sri Padma Mata Manjari Devidasi, Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji. Manmata Anand Prabhu was there, but then he has to leave. He is traveling, so he logged out, but he was there. Advait Prabhu and Manani Mataji. They joined before 9 and they continue giving their association throughout the night. And also then later on around 10, 11, 10:30, Barsana Rani Mataji joined. Namapriya Mataji joined. And my dear friend Arun Kothari joined, and he was there until I think, 4 o'clock. That was amazing. And Saman Panchal Prabhu joined. And also before 11, Sarva Tarak Prabhu from Mayapur and Sarva Shakti Mataji joined from Portland, Oregon. And they were continuously stay on the line. So those spiritual warriors, I'll name those because I was writing and I always save this piece of paper as you see. And with the date, Moksha Ekadasi, will chant Friday 8 p.m. to Saturday 8 a.m. We beg mercy of our Guru Parampara, Vaishnavas and the divine couple and their eternal associates. So myself, Girivardhari Prabhu, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, Riya Saroha, Sakhi Saran Devidasi, Vijay Keshav Prabhu also stay long. Prasanna Visakha Devidasi, Prafulanand Madhav Prabhu, Prannath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devidasi, Yuvashri and Sudharshan Prabhu from Boston, and Ranga Devidasi and Chaitanya Ras Prabhu also from Boston, Jai Govinda Das, Sri Padma Manjari Devidasi, Chicago, Sri Pad Lalita Devidasi, Shriya Devidasi, also from Boston, and Santanu Sharma, Kasturi Manjari Devidasi from Alachua, Arvind and Priyanka Mataji from Houston, Tulsi Gharmer, Rukmini Priya Devidasi, Raghav Perimal Srinivas, Hari Katha Devidasi, Shraman Singh Mataji, Manmata Anand Prabhu, Advait Prabhu, Kalpataru Mataji from Chicago, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Vrajeshwari Priya Devidasi, Murli Manohar Prabhu, Kamlesh Dhingra Mataji, Arushi Singhal, Priya Kishori Devidasi, Sesa Kapoor Mataji, Harshit, Shandhya Kesi. And there was a number 6308279375. Priyanka Jidaghamu. I don't know, that's the same Priyanka Mataji from Naperville or different. then Matangi Gopidasi, Aradhana Devidasi, Ram Taneti, Ravi Pamarthi from Addison, New Jersey, Arthi Negan Jappa, first time I think, Bhaktin Kirsten, Dhanya Bhola, Swedhi Prabhu, Taruni Radha Devidasi, I don't know from where she was, Amrita Anand Prabhu from Central New Jersey, Rashakida Prabhu Phoenix, Anand Radhika Devidasi, and Lata O from Chicago. Barsana Rani Mataji, local, Namapriya Mataji from Phoenix, Vasudha Devidasi from Jammu and Kashmir, Arun Kothari, local, Saman Panchal Prabhu, local, Sarva Tarak Prabhu from Baton Rouge, but now he is in Mayapur, or I think he was staying in Bombay. Sarva Shakti Mataji from Portland, Oregon. My son joined at 1 a.m. for an hour or so. Sneha Mataji joined at 2 o'clock as the regular time before 2 o'clock. Hanuman Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Jai Sachinandan Prabhu. Shyamalila Mataji from Chicago. Nishan Sharma Prabhu, Parameswari Devidasi from India. Srinivasacharya Prabhu, local. Leela Manjari Mataji from Chicago. Bhakti Priya Devidasi. I don't know where she is, from Dallas or something. Shubhra Mataji from Naperville. Parmanand Hari Prabhu, local. Priyanka Mataji from Naperville. Radhe, I don't know where she is from. If she is there, she can mention. Rama Pandey, son of Manmathanand Prabhu. Saraswati Devidasi, local. Ravi Pipilia Prabhu, local. Tulsi Priya Devidasi from College Station. Kamal Mukha Prabhu, local. Chintamani Devidasi, Naperville. Kamal Priya Mataji, local. Rukmati Devidasi, Central New Jersey. Kamini Priya Mataji, local. Prathmesh Prabhu, New York. Srikant Survase Prabhu, local. Sundarangi Devidasi, Dallas. Suchitra Devidasi, Boise. Janki Khan Prabhu and Labanga Latika Mataji, local. Madan Mohan Kundu Prabhu from Baton Rouge. Madhvi Gopi Mataji, local. Tapti Ghosh Mataji from Bangalore. Atulya Devidasi from Boston. Kanta Devidasi, local. Hemangani Chauhan, local. Govinda Gita Devidasi from Atlanta. Radha Charan Prabhu, local. Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, local. Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, local. Thaneswar Prabhu, local. Akshata from Austin. Lekha Mataji, local. Namanand Prabhu and Prem Vinodi Manaji, local. So those are the, at least I think 103 devotees joined today. Take advantage of this wonderful gathering. And I think we should do more and more. It's so blissful. Waiting for Namacharya Haridas Thakur appearance or Disappearance Day. If it falls during the weekend, we will chant 24 hours, at least until we finish 192 rounds. We have did one time, waiting for that moment to come. So very blissful. Let's now hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Krishna book.
वृषभानुनन्दिनी नीलवसना परिधाना नीलवसना परिधाना रमणे श्रीरामणे वृषभानुनन्दिनी नीलवसना শিরোমণি বৃষভানুনন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান নীলবসন পরিধান ছিন্নপুরট যিনি বর্ণ বিকাশিনী ছিন্নপুরট যিনি বর্ণ বিকাশিনী ছিন্নপুরট যিনি বর্ণ বিকাশিনী ছিন্নপুরট যিনি বর্ণ বিকাশিনী বাধক বরি হরি প্রাণ বাধক বরি হরি প্রাণ রমণী শিরোমণি বৃষভানু নন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান শিরোমণি বৃষভানু নন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান আভরণ মণ্ডিত হরিরস পণ্ডিত আভরণ মণ্ডিত হরিরস পণ্ডিত আভরণ মণ্ডিত হরিরস পণ্ডিত আভরণ মণ্ডিত হরিরস পণ্ডিত তিলক সুশোভিত ভালা তিলক সুশোভিত কুঞ্চলিকাচ্ছাদিত তনমণি মণ্ডিত কুঞ্চলিকাচ্ছাদিত তনমণি মণ্ডিত অচল নয়নে রসালা অচল নয়নে রসালা রমণী শিরোমণি বৃষভানু নন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান রমণী শিরোমণি বৃষভানু নন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান সকল তজিয়া সে রাধা চরণে সকল তজিয়া সে রাধা চরণে দাসী হয়ে ভাজ পরম যতনে দাসী হয়ে ভাজ পরম যতনে সৌন্দর্য কিরণ দেখিয়া যাহার সৌন্দর্য কিরণ দেখিয়া যাহার রতি গৌরী লীলা কারবা পরিহার রতি গৌরী লীলা কারবা পরিহার রমণী শিরোমণি বৃষভানু নন্দিনী নীলবসন পরিধান রমণী সত্তা সৌভাগ্য বলনে পরাজিত হয় যাহার চরণে লক্ষ্মী সত্তা সৌভাগ্য বলনে পরাজিত হয় যাহার চরণে কৃষ্ণ বশীকারে চন্দ্র বলিয়াদি কৃষ্ণ বশীকারে চন্দ্র বলিয়াদি পরাজয় মানে হইয়া বিবাদে পরাজয় মানে হইয়া বিবাদে হৃদয়িত রাধা চরণ প্রয়াসে হৃদয়িত রাধা চরণ প্রয়াসে ভকতি বিনোদ শ্রী গোদ্রুমবাসে ভকতি বিনোদ শ্রী গোদ্রুমবাসে রমণে শ্রীরমণে কৃষভানুনন্দে নীলাবসন পরিধানা রমণে শ্রীরমণে
Thank you very much, Saman Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. So we will be reading, and also I think if I have missed Harikatha Mataji from San Jose, and also Ravi Pamarthi Prabhu, who is joining from Edison, New Jersey. He joined at the night also, and again he came back in the morning, if I have missed those. So we will continue reading the Krishna book, Prayers by the Demigod for Lord Krishna in the Womb. Kansa thus meditated on all the pros and cons of killing Devaki at that time. And that's where we left. Kansa finally decided not to kill Devaki right away, but to wait for the inevitable time future. But his mind became absorbed in animosity against the personality of Godhead. He patiently waited for the deliverance of the child, expecting to kill him, as he has done previously with the other babies of Devaki. Thus being merged in the ocean of animosity against the personality of Godhead, he began to think of Krishna and Vishnu while sitting, while sleeping, while walking, while eating, while working, in all the situations of his life. His mind became so much absorbed with the thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that indirectly he could see only Krishna or Vishnu around him. Unfortunately, although his mind was so absorbed in the thought of Vishnu, he is not recognized as a devotee because he was thinking of Krishna as an enemy. The state of the mind of a great devotee is also to be always absorbed in Krishna. But a devotee thinks of him favorably, not unfavorably. To think of Krishna favorably is Krishna consciousness. But to think of Krishna unfavorably is not Krishna consciousness. At this time, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, accompanied by great sages like Narada and followed by many other demigods, invisibly appeared in the house of Krishna. They began to pray for the Supreme Personality of Godhead in select prayers, which are very pleasant to the devotees and which award fulfillment of their desires. The first words they spoke acclaim that the Lord is true to his vow. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna descended in this material world just to protect the pious and destroy the impious. That is his vow. The demigod could understand that the Lord had taken his residence within the womb of Devaki in order to fulfill this vow. The demigods were very glad that the Lord was appearing to fulfill his mission, and they address him as Satyam Param, or the Supreme Absolute Truth. Everyone is searching after the truth. That is the philosophical way of life. The demigods give information that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Krishna. One who becomes fully Krishna conscious can attain the Absolute Truth. Krishna is the Absolute Truth. Relative truth is not truth in all three phases of eternal time. Time is divided into past, present, and future. Krishna is truth always, past, present, and future. In the material world, everything is being controlled by the supreme time in the course of past, present, and future. But before the creation, Krishna was existing, and when there is a creation, everything is resting in Krishna. And when this creation is finished, Krishna will still remain. Therefore, he is absolute truth in all circumstances. If there is any truth within this material world, it emanates from the Supreme Truth, Krishna. If there is any opulence within this material world, the cause of the opulence is Krishna. If there is any reputation within this material world, the cause of this reputation is Krishna. Is there any strength within this material world? The cause of such strength is Krishna. If there is any wisdom and education within this material world, the cause of such wisdom and education is Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is the source of all relative truths. This material world is composed of 5 principal elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And all such elements are emanations from Krishna. The material scientists accept these primary 5 elements as the cause of material manifestations. But the elements in their gross and subtle state are produced by Krishna. The living entity who are working within this material world are also product of his marginal potency. In the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly stated that the whole manifestation is a combination of the 2 kinds of energy of Krishna, the superior energy and the inferior energy. The living entities are the superior energy, and the dead material elements are his inferior energy. In its dormant stage, everything remains in Krishna. The demigod continue to offer their respectful prayers unto the supreme form of the personality of Godhead, Krishna, by analytical study of the material manifestation. What is this material manifestation? It is just like a tree. A tree stands on the ground. Similarly, the tree of the material manifestation is standing on the ground of material nature. This material manifestation is compared with a tree because a tree is ultimately cut off in due course of time. A tree is called Vriksha. Vriksha means that thing which will be ultimately cut off. Therefore, this tree of material manifestations cannot be accepted as the ultimate truth. The influence of time is on the material manifestation, but Krishna's body is eternal. He existed before the material manifestation. He is existing while the material manifestation is continuing, and when it will be dissolved, he will continue to exist. The Katha Upanishad also cites this example of the tree of material manifestation, standing on the ground of material nature. This tree has two kinds of fruits, distress and happiness. Those who are living on the tree of the body are just like two birds. One bird is the localized aspect of Krishna known as Paramatma, and the other bird is the living entity. The living entity is eating the fruits of this material manifestation. Sometimes he eats the fruits of happiness, and sometimes he eats the fruit of distress. But other bird is not interested in eating the fruit of distress or happiness because he is self-satisfied. The Katha Upanishad state that one bird on the tree of the body is eating the fruits and the other bird is simply witnessing. The roots of this tree extend in three directions. That means the root of the tree is the three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Just as the tree's root expand, so by association of the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, one expand his duration of material existence. The taste of the fruits are of four kinds: religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and ultimately liberation. According to the different association in the three modes of material nature, the living entities are tasting different kinds of religiosity, different kind of economic development, different kinds of sense gratification, and different kinds of liberation. Practically all material work is performed in ignorance. But because there are three qualities, sometimes the quality of ignorance is covered with goodness or passion. The taste of these material fruits is accepted through five senses. The five sense organs through which knowledge is acquired are subjected to six kinds of whips. Lamentation, illusion, infirmity, death, hunger, and thirst. This material body or the material manifestation is covered by 7 layers: skin, muscle, flesh, marrow, bone, fat, and stamina. The branches of the tree are 8: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. There are 9 gates in this body: the 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 1 genital, 1 rectum. And there are 10 kinds of internal air passing within the body: prana, apana, udana, vyana, samana, etc. The 2 birds seated in this tree, as explained above, are the living entity and the localized Supreme Personality of Godhead. The root cause of the material manifestation described here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expands himself and takes charge of the 3 qualities of the material world. Vishnu takes charge of the mode of goodness, Brahma takes charge of the mode of passion, and Lord Shiva takes charge of the mode of ignorance. Brahma, by the mode of passion, creates this manifestation. Lord Vishnu maintains these manifestations by the mode of goodness, and Lord Shiva annihilates it by the mode of ignorance. The whole creation ultimately rests in the Supreme Lord. He is the cause of creation, maintenance, and dissolution. And when the whole manifestation is dissolved in its subtle form as energy of the Lord, it rests within the body of the Supreme Lord. At the present, the demigod prayed, the Supreme Lord Krishna is appearing just for the maintenance of this manifestation. Actually, the Supreme Cause is one, but being diluted by the 3 modes of material nature, less intelligent persons are that the material world is manifested through different causes. Those who are intelligent can see that the cause is one, Krishna. As is stated in the Brahma Samhita, Sarva Karana Karana. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of all causes. Brahma is the deputed agent for creation. Vishnu is the expansion of Krishna for maintenance. And Lord Shiva is the expansion of Krishna for dissolutions. Our dear Lord, the demigod prayed, it is very difficult to understand your eternal form of personality. People in general are unable to understand your actual form. Therefore, you are personally descending to exhibit your original eternal form. Somehow, people can understand the different incarnation of your Lordship, but they are puzzled to understand the eternal form of Krishna with 2 hands, moving among human beings exactly like one of them. This eternal form of your Lordship is ever increasing in transcendental pleasure for the devotees, but for the non-devotees, this form is very dangerous. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is very pleasing to the sadhu. It is said, Paritranaya sadhanam, but this form is very dangerous for the demons, because Krishna also descends to kill the demons. He is therefore simultaneously pleasing to the devotees and dangerous to the demons. Our real lotus eye Lord, you are the source of pure goodness. There are many great sages who simply by samadhi or transcendentally meditating upon your lotus feet and thus being absorbed in your thought have easily transformed the great ocean of nuisance created by the material nature to no more than water in a calf footprint. The purpose of meditation is to focus the mind upon the personality of Godhead, beginning from his lotus feet. Simply by meditating on the lotus feet of Lord, great sage cross over this vast ocean of material existence without any difficulty. O self-illuminated one, the great saintly person who have crossed over the ocean of nations by the help of the transcendental boat of your lotus feet, have not taken away that boat. It is still lying on this side. The demigods are using a nice simile. If one takes a boat to cross over a river, the boat also goes with one to the other side of the river. And so when one reaches the destination, how can the same boat be available to those who are still on the other side? To answer this difficulty, the demigods say in their prayer that the boat is not taken away. The devotees still remaining on the other side are able to pass over the ocean of material nature because the pure devotee did not take the boat with them when they cross the river. When one simply approaches the boat, the whole ocean of material existence is reduced to the size of a water in a calf's footprint. Therefore, the devotees do not need to take a boat to the other side. They simply cross the ocean immediately. Because the great saintly persons are compassionate toward all conditioned soul, the boat is still lying at the lotus feet of the Lord. One can meditate upon his feet at any time, and by so doing, one can cross over the great ocean material existence. Meditation means concentration upon the lotus feet of the Lord. Lotus feet indicate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who are impersonalist do not recognize the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore their object of meditation is something impersonal. The demigod expressed their mature verdict that persons who are interested in meditating on something void or impersonal cannot cross over the oceans of nations. Such persons are simply imagining that they have become liberated. O Lotus Eye Lord, their intelligence is contaminated because they fail to meditate on the lotus feet of your Lordship. As a result of this neglectful activity, the impersonalists fall down again into the material way of conditioned life. Although they may temporarily rise up to the point of impersonal realization. Impersonalists, after undergoing severe austerities and penances, merge themselves into the Brahman effulgence or impersonal Brahman existence. But their mind are not free from the material contamination. They have simply tried to negate the material way of thinking. That does not mean that they have become liberated. Thus, they fall down. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that the impersonalist has to undergo great tribulations in realizing the ultimate goal. At the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also stated that without devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive activities. The statement of the Lord Krishna is there in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The statement of the great sage Narada is there. And here also, the demigod confirm it. Persons persons who have not taken to devotional service are understood to have come short of the ultimate purpose of knowledge and are not favored by your grace. The impersonalists simply think that they are liberated, but actually they have no feeling for the personality of Godhead. They think that when Krishna comes into this material world, he accepts a material body. They therefore overlook the transcendental body of Krishna. That is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Aujananti Mamudha. In spite of conquering material lust and rising up to the point of liberation, the impersonalists fall down. If they are engaged just in knowing things for the sake of knowledge and do not take to the devotional service of the Lord, they cannot achieve the desired results. So we get so much knowledge by reading the different scripture and everything, but if we don't put that knowledge in our life, then knowledge is useless. That knowledge will give us no benefit. The impersonalists simply think that they are liberated, but actually they have no feeling for the personality of Godhead. They think that when Krishna comes into the material world, he accepts a material body. They therefore overlook the transcendental body of Krishna, and this is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Aujananti Mamuda. In spite of conquering material lust and rising up to the point of liberation, the impersonalists fall down. If they are engaged just in knowing things for the sake of knowledge and do not take to the devotional service of the Lord, they cannot achieve the desired result. Their achievement is the trouble they take, and that is all. It is clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita that to realize Brahman identification is not all. Brahman identification may help one become joyful without material attachment or detachment and to achieve the platform of equanimity. But after this stage, one has to take to devotional service. When one takes to devotional service after being elevated to the platform of Brahman realization, he is then admitted into the spiritual kingdom for permanent residence in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the result of devotional service. Okay. Those who are devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead never fall down like the impersonalist. Even if the devotees fall down, they remain affectionately attached to their Lordship. They can meet all kind of obstacle on the path of devotional service and freely without any fear. They can surmount such obstacles. Because of their surrender, they are certain that Krishna will always protect them, as it is promised by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. My devotee are never vanquished. Our dear Lord, you have appeared in your original unalloyed form, the eternal form of goodness, for the welfare of all living entities within the material world. Taking advantage of your appearance, all of them can now very easily understand the nature and the form of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Persons who belongs to the four divisions of the social order, the brahmacharis, grahasthas, vanprastha, and the sannyasis, can all take advantage of your appearance. Dear Lord, husband of the goddess of fortune, devotees who are docile in your service do not fall down from their high positions like the impersonalist. Being protected by you, the devotees are able to traverse over the heads of many of Maya's commanders-in-chief who can always put stumbling blocks on the path of liberation. My dear Lord, you appear in your transcendental form for the benefit of the living entity so that they can see you face to face and offer their worshipful sacrifice by ritualistic performance of the Vedas. Mystic meditation and devotional services are recommended in the scripture. Dear Lord, if you did not appear in your eternal transcendental form, full of bliss and knowledge, which can eradicate all kinds of speculative ignorance about your positions, then all people would simply speculate. All the people would simply speculate about you according to their respective modes of material nature. The appearance of Krishna is the answer to all imaginative incognography of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone imagines the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to his mode of material nature. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that Lord is the oldest person. Therefore, a section of religionists imagine that God must be very old, and therefore they depict a form of the Lord like a very old man. But in the same Brahma Samhita, that is contradicted. Although he is the oldest of all living entities, he has his eternal form as a fresh youth. The exact words used in this connection in the Srimad Bhagavatam are Vignanam Agnanabhit Apmarjanam. Vijnanam means transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Personality. Vignanam is also experienced knowledge. Transcendental knowledge has to be accepted by the descending process of disciplic succession as Brahma present the knowledge of Krishna in the Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita is Vijnanam as realized by the Brahma's transcendental experience. And in that way, he presented the form and the pastimes of Krishna in the transcendental abode. Agnanabhit means that which can match all kind of speculations. In ignorance, people are imagining the form of the Lord. Sometimes he has no form and sometimes he has form, according to the different imaginations. But the presentations of Krishna in the Brahma Samhita is Vijnanam, scientific, experience knowledge given by Lord Brahma and accepted by Lord Chaitanya. There is no doubt about it. Sri Krishna's form, Sri Krishna's flute, Krishna's color, everything is reality. Here it is said that this Vijnana is always defeating all kind of speculative knowledge. Therefore, without your appearing as Krishna, as you are, neither Ajnana Bhid, nuisance of speculative knowledge, nor Vijnanam would be realized. Ajnana Bhid of Marjanam, by your appearance, the speculative knowledge of ignorance will be vanquished, and the real experience knowledge of authorities like Lord Brahma will be established. Men influenced by the three modes of material nature imagine their own God according to the modes of material nature. In this way, God is presented in various ways, but your appearance will establish what the real form of God is. The highest blunder committed by the impersonalists is to think that when the incarnation of God comes, he accepts the form of matter in the mode of goodness. Actually, the form of Krishna or Narayan is transcendental to any material idea. Even the greatest impersonalist, Sankaracharya, has admitted that Narayanaha Paravyaktat, the material creation is caused by the avyakta, impersonal manifestation of matter, or the non-phenomenal total reservation of matter. And Krishna is transcendental to that material conception that is expressed in Srimad Bhagavatam as Shuddha Tattva or transcendental. He does not belong to the material modes of goodness, and he is above the position of material goodness. He belongs to the transcendental eternal status of bliss and knowledge. Okay, one more paragraph. Dear Lord, when you appear in your different incarnation, you take different names and forms according to different situations. Lord Krishna is your name because you are all attractive. You are called Shyam Sundar because of your transcendental beauty. Shyam means blackish, yet they say that you are more beautiful than thousands of cupids. Kandarpana Koti Kamaniya, although you appear in a color which is compared to the blackest cloud, because you are transcendental absolute, your beauty is many, many times more attractive than the delicate body of Cupid. Sometimes you are called Giridhari because you lifted the hill known as Govardhan. You are sometimes called Nandanandana or Vasudeva or Devki Nandan because you appear as the son of Maharaja Nand or Devki or Vasudeva. Impersonalists think that your many names or forms are according to a particular type of work and quality because they accept you from the position of the material observer. I think we should stop here. It's only 1 minute, and I think the next paragraph will take much more longer. So we should stop here and see that any question, comment, wonderful realizations anybody would like to share would be the best thing to do to absorb and dwell on it. What does it work today for you? What are the obstacles that you still face today? Something that need to be dwell upon. So if anybody would like to start, here is the 20-second I normally give. And nobody will come forward in 20 seconds, then we will pick on someone. My nose is running like anything, huh? Haribol. So many wonderful devotees are there. Anybody would like to start anything? It's already 52 seconds. Maybe I'm gonna pick my good friend. We just came to know each other from Addison, New Jersey. Ravi Amarthi. Prabhu, are you there? Ravi Prabhu, are you there? Maybe he is away. Haribol. So let's see. We have not talked to Radhachandra Prabhu, our local devotee. Wonderful. Radhachandra Prabhu, are you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Danvat Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please share something that has worked for you today, or something that created obstacles or distractions. And how did you face those situations? If you can share something in that light.
Yesterday I want to, join, but I could not. Woke up a lot of time. Because I could not control the sleep. That is very, very one of the very important. I still remember, Prabhu, you always, instead of think of getting early, we have to, sleep early. That is very key to, get up early.
Yes. Yeah, you have to start winding down. Like, Haritadwaj Maharaj, he put the alarm clock at 7:30 p.m. to remind him it's time to go to sleep. And, it's like I have explained you earlier, that one of the realizations when we were reading about the 16 realizations of the 16 personality, that Damodar Swami Maharaj interviewed 16 personality in 2008 and composed a book, Japa Meditation. And in that, I think Radha Vallabh Prabhu or somebody, Brahmachari, mentioned that first we need to dwell for a couple of weeks to see what activity we do from 8 p.m. to whatever time you go to bed. Analyze it after 2 weeks. That is it something that you do productive? If you are not doing productive, then it will be easy to convince yourself that why I want to waste the time. And even whatever the productive number of hours you spend, if you go to the bed early in the morning, you will be able to accomplish in less than a half a time. So why we don't want to utilize our time so nicely and productively? So 2 weeks you just meditate, and then I think the best thing, it takes strong commitment for at least 10 to 12 days, not more than that, is you go to the bed at 8 o'clock. And because you were going to the bed late, 10:30, 11, you may not get the sleep first couple of days.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, looks like you are on mute.
No, I'm not muted. Shamsundar Prabhu is mute.
Just get up and then never take the nap for at least for 10 days. Whatever keep you busy, just do that whatever is required, but keep yourself very busy. And you will see that your eyes will become really heavy by 7:30, 8 o'clock if you don't take a nap. And ultimately, you will get to the sleep when you go to the bed very quickly. But it needs determination and at least 10 to 12 days of austerity, that don't take a nap. Simple is that. That's it. And you will see that it will happen. And once you experience Prabhu, Radhacharan Prabhu, the sleep between 8 to 10:30 is so powerful. Sometimes I get up at 10:30 and I feel like, oh, let me start chanting, because your body is fully. So yeah, this is the something that we need to work on it. As a devotees, we should always strive to manage our time. How can I utilize my time nicely in Krishna service? And one of the best thing is to go to the bed early and wake up early, which is also very good for your health also, Prabhuji. And minimize the eating at the night, make it very light, so that way you don't feel bulge in your stomach. And it's so nice actually. Staying hungry is very wonderful. So hope that tips can help you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I have
Yes,
a quick
Prabhu,
question.
yeah.
Actually,
Very much, Prabhu. That analyzing the 8 p.m. to whatever 2 hours, that is very good idea, Prabhu. I'll like to do that, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, just see it, for 15 days. And you will understand, Prabhuji, that most of the time, when I met Tamal Krishna Maharaj first time, and he was just quoting that ahar nidra bhayamantun maithunancha, that we are engrossed in the four: sleeping, mating, eating, and those four activities. So he was asking me normally, what time you go to the bed? And I said about 10:30. So right away Tamal Krishna Maharaj says, you must be watching TV. And actually I'm not that much attached with the TV. I have never seen in my memory any movie completely without sleeping. So I never go to see the movie because I know that I will be sleeping. But something, I don't know what we do actually, until we put our energy to see what exactly are we doing. So I told Gurudev that, no, Gurudev, I don't watch that much TV. So he said, what do you do? I said, I don't know, Gurudev. We just hang around and talk to the friend or something. It's like a normal, oh, it's only 9:30. I have still some time like this, wasting so much of our time. And then he told me that 75% of your devotional practice will depend how early you go to the bed. And then I start realizing that slowly and slowly, we have to cut down this wastage of time, which is we have limited amount of number of hours in a day. And actually, the other exercise Radhacharan Prabhu used to do is schedule yourself. Like on a weekday, your schedule. Put down even for 15 minutes when you come from the home. I'm gonna read books 6 to 6:15. I'm gonna listen the class, whatever it may be. Just make some schedule, because disciple means discipline. And discipline will get you so much, Prabhu. You don't believe how much we can accomplish if you organize our time properly. Like, you spend the time with those elevated personality and you watch them, how conscious they are. Like for my Guru Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, if you say, Gurudev, next year we will do this, so he used to tell me, you are too late. I already planned for the next 2 years. Like that. He used to plan at least minimum 1 year ahead of time. He will know exactly what he's gonna do. So we cannot go that far, but at least we should dwell on it, what we do, and create some regular schedule that, okay, weekdays, this is my schedule, weekend is my that schedule, and try to follow. As you will follow, you will see that how much benefit we can get, by reading Prabhupada books or listening different Maharaj classes, how much knowledge we can get, and we can engage our mind, body, and senses. That is the perfection of our life, and it will reflect. And the best testament is our wife should attest that you have changed. That's the testament. We should look for it. Then it's a real change,
Yeah.
because they know us, So if they say, like, Samuel have been out telling me, she is worried actually. She said, you don't anything. What you want to eat, you tell me, I will make whatever you want to eat. I said, I'm happy whatever you are making. And she really felt that, even my son, my daughter, Shyamalavi, they said, I have changed quite a bit. I never complain about anything. I try to help as much as I can. Like 2 times a week, I vacuum the house. And I never used to help her, but whenever I see she's busy, working with the temple and come home and tired, then I said, don't worry, I will make my vegetable myself. Cut the vegetable and toast it for a minute and 2 and eat it. Simple. So yeah, we have to simplify, Prabhuji. And I know that you are a very sincere person. So if you will put your mind into it, you will be able to see that how much time, Prabhu, that we are wasting actually. When you start making your schedule, you will see how to fill it up those time. Start with something, and then you can always go deeper and deeper.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the nice suggestions. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. I will do and come back to you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhu. Yes, Arvind Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
Quick question.
Yes.
I know the answer, I guess, but I wanted to. But my mom is right beside me, so I just wanted her to also listen. Why do you address people, Prabhuji? And the second question is, everyone has a changed names in this con. Uh, uh, everybody has a changed names. Why is that so?
Right. First of all, your question was about Prabhu. Because we are materially influenced, we want to have the world move around our own selfish desire. So, as a devotee of Krishna, we would like to understand and frame our mind that we are servant of Krishna. So when we call other devotees, we call Prabhu, means they are the master and we are the servant. So Prabhu always means that how can I serve you? And it reminds us our position, real position is servant of God. Other, no matter what we do in our life, if we will not recognize our dependency on the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, we will keep on working with our own strength, but very limited, and we will not gain anything. But if we get the favor of Krishna, impossible things will become possible. The layman can get the strength to cross the mountains, and the dumb person can become an eloquent speaker. Just see for myself, you witnessed me, you were there throughout the night. My throat was hurting like anything. But does it impede me for chanting? No. This is all mental, Prabhu. We think like this because we said, I'm sick. But my experience and realization is that we have to, why these things happen when we are living, when we are young or we are older, is preparing ourselves to face the most difficult time when we have to leave this body. So if we are sick and suppose, I say, oh, my throat is hurt, how am I going to chant 10, 12 hours? Well, you see it happen. No problem. Krishna will give us the strength. And we have to take little austerity, pleasing him. And when we do that, he becomes more merciful to us. No, this person is sincere. Let me help him. So we have to show like that. Then also you mention about the name. Because when we keep on saying our material world, material names, it's just identification with our body. And our scripture says that we have to become free from these identifications with the body. Because we are not this body. We are the spirit soul. And the spirit soul duty is to serve the Supreme Lord. But because of the misidentifications, we assume this body as our self, then you will put so much effort to make your body healthy and happy. But unless and until your soul becomes happy, body cannot give you any pleasure. Soul is the one real identity. So if you really want to become happy, you have to feed the food to the soul. When soul becomes jubilant, and only way the soul can become jubilant is soul is spiritual, it's not material. So all material thing will never give you any happiness. And we have experience in our life. If you really truthfully analyze our life, we have seen that there are, we can say, oh, money can make us happy. Look at the billionaires. More money they have more anxieties. They are suffering like anything. Look at the beauty, look at the knowledge, all these things, temporary. but the soul is eternal. And if we feed the soul, which has only the spiritual thing can enlighten, then we become happy. So why we change the name when the Guru gave us the initiation? To become free from that identification. And they give the nice name like Radhacharan Prabhu. It's so nice. Look at the example of Ajamil. Just because his son name was Narayan, he called Narayan. He didn't intend it to remember the name or utter the name of Narayan. He was just calling his son. But benefit of the name was that Ajamil got liberated just because he uttered the name Narayan. So you see all the name. My name is Shyam Sundar. Prabhuji's name was Radhacharan. Other devotees, everything has a link with the spirituality. So it reminds us about our real identity. And we are Das, Shyam Sundar Das. We are not Shyam Sundar. Radhacharan Das. Dasi. So it's always the name remind. Like the person who is like a king, if everybody address him as a king, he will pop up. And if somebody says something that not equivalent to the kingship, they feel offended because they identified with those. So the reason we get the spiritual name is to become free from the misidentification and connect with the spiritual by remembering, Radhacharan, just think about it. Radhacharan, the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. When we utter, it has also some effect in our mind and actions, what we utter. If you will say some harsh word throughout the day, you know that your mind will be so much disturbed by just saying those words. So anything that we speak has also the effect on our consciousness. So having those spiritual names, whoever you associate, when we associate with the devotees, just by naming them, you get the benefit. So that's the reason. So those are the little explanation. I hope that your mother can grasp those little points. It's so nice that the mother is taking interest, sitting beside you and listening, which is very, very commendable. Because not all the people, I'm telling you, Arvind Prabhu, that they have even inclinations to know. They are fixed in their life and they think whatever they know is the best. But the person who is inquisitive, it shows that they are looking for
ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంది కదా, అది దాని గురించి చెప్తుండే ఆయన దాని గురించి చెప్తాడు.
So it is very nice that your mother is inquiring, sitting beside you, listening this thing. This is very wonderful.
Yes, Prabhu, actually, she was asking me a lot of questions.
Yes. I'm going to visit them one day.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. They are going
How long they will be here?
They've extended it till February, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. I'll make a couple of trips at least while they are here.
Planning to get them to ISKCON again, probably next year, in the January week, something like that, Prabhuji. Yeah, I'll be coming again.
Prabhu, they are very fortunate that Prabhupada visited their home in 1972. They're very, one day Prabhupada was there at their home.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's a glorious birth. Yeah. Who can get the glimpse of those personalities? What to speak of visiting your home? Very fortunate soul. So we can, get their blessings and inspire each other. This is the way of living our life. Inspire each other to see that how they can render more service. Like my wife, she will fix the jewelry until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So many jewelry. You come to my home and I'll show you. She just spends so much time. And I feel like, okay, if I have to fold the cloths coming out from the laundry. Before that, I was not seeing like that. But now I feel like, she is also a devotee. She's trying her best. She put so much effort in the kitchen and ordering the bhogas, arranging all the services. If somebody doesn't come to cook or worship, she has to find the replacement. And a lot of the, once a week they go in the pujari rooms, make sure that all the jewelries are put in the proper place. In the kitchen, they fill up all the spices, bottles, and, lot of work. Sometimes she goes like yesterday, they cooked the feast and she went around 1:30 and, they get tired. She is also 72-year-old. So, if I see some parts in the sink or something, then I feel when she comes home, I don't want her to see the dirty plate that she has to clean. So now we are using the dishwasher. So I just rinse it and put it in the dishwasher, keep on loading. I don't know how to turn on the dishwasher, but at least I clean the dishes and put it. And I clean the sink, which is very nice because if she is working hard in the kitchen and come home and then again she see the dirty things, how she will think, she will not gonna tell me anything that why didn't you clean or anything. But when we clean, they feel satisfied that look, my husband is thinking about. So we need to help each other in all respect. We should not demand. We should try to be servant of each other and see that how we can please each other. Actually, I have never said the good things or something. And yesterday night when I was sleeping, I was thinking that this Thanksgiving is coming. I should write her a nice thing, at least to my daughter, to my son-in-law, to my son, to Shyamalavi, appreciating what they have done to help in our life. Because if we don't say anything, how they will know how we feel about them. So I'm really sincerely thinking that maybe I will write something nice. And this will give us also, Prabhu, the strength if we are not here in this world. At least, they will feel good that at least I appreciate. And those kind of a feeling we need to do. Otherwise, in the busy life, keep on working and never care for each other. It's horrible. When you start looking in those directions, then they will also feel, she always now, even more caring to me. Why you don't want to eat? I can make you like yesterday also. What can I make you? Today is Ekadasi. And I said, no, I don't need anything. And then finally, I surrendered to her to make some puda, we call in Gujarati, some spinach and Ekadasi flour and some like a thick chapati. So they also wants to all living being. They once you appreciate them, they also wants to cooperate. They wants to do the best that they can. And if they make a mistake, we should forgive them. Don't keep any grudge. I never complain, and they attest this thing that you have changed a lot. I never, even she will ask me, you never tell me that that enough salt is there or something. I said, that's okay if you don't put a salt. What's wrong with it? Just eat as a Krishna Prasada. Give up all those unnecessarily demand of the urges of the senses. It's not gonna take us anywhere. We keep on. That's what I said on the Japa retreat Sunday feast class. That I think the person who is lucky who get the wife who doesn't know how to cook. So, if they don't cook the tasty food, automatically our diet will go down. But because the wife cooks so beautiful dishes, we keep on feeding our stomach overload because we like it so much. So those kind of a thing. Now, if you have asked me this thing in the initial stage, hey, the wife should know best dishes, What is the use of, if they don't know the dishes? But now I completely changed that, this, whatever it is, just eat something and stay happy. We put so much effort, we waste so much money, Prabhu. If America, if the people become conscious that just make enough that you need or you can eat, we can feed the whole world from the wastage. The luxury comes and we are wasting. That is unfortunate. Anybody else wants to
Hare
bring?
Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Prabhu.
Dandavat Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, yesterday I was hearing the pastimes of the Ashtasakis of the Radharani. It was amazing. Probably everybody will be knowing, but just I want to reveal my mind what I felt happy.
Sure.
So, about the Chitralekha.
Yes.
And Lord Krishna says to Yashoda Mata that Subala is always want to be with him, and daytime is with him, and the nighttime he feels separation, and he wants to give a photo of him so that he will be happy to see him in the night. Okay, so then Mother Yashoda looks for the painter who can do these things, and then he inquires with everyone, and then she comes to know that Chitralekha is a very good artist, and she can do these things. And she calls Chitralekha, and then Chitrasaki, and then she comes there, and Yashoda Mata asks him that, Mataji, what you want me to do? She says that I heard you are a very good painter. Can you do the painting of the Lord Krishna? And she said, yes. And then she calls Krishna, come here, Chitravali is going to draw a photo of you. And then she comes there, and then Chitrasaki says that, no, I don't need him to see him all the time when I'm drawing this one. If I see him for a couple of minutes, that I remember everything. And that's the Vardhan Saraswati Devi has given to me. And then she sees and goes to the home to draw the thing. So she tries to draw from the bottom of from the legs of this thing, and she goes up to the lips of the Krishna. And she could not go up and up again because she was so fascinated with the smile of Lord Krishna. Okay. Then she goes, it takes days to surpass that and forget about the smile and go up. And somehow she does that, and she goes to the eyes. And then she could not complete this one. After that, she completes this thing. And then when it comes to the coloring of these things, she could not find any color by any mix about his body color, neither the Shama color. And so she inquires why she cannot do. And then she prays Saraswati Devi to tell her why she cannot do that. She says that I myself doesn't know how to mix it color and do that. So only the person who can help you is Radharani. And she goes to Radharani and asks that I get the color mix of the body of Krishna. He says, Radharani says, look into my eyes. And she says, when she looks into her eyes, she looks into the Lord Krishna in her eyes. And then she tells her what is to be done. And then she tells her, so it's a fascinating that Radharani has Lord Krishna always in her eyes, in her mind,
Yes.
and the how the Astasakis are serving the Lord and Radharani. It was fascinating that we hear again and again, but the mind will become pleasant to hear all these things again and again.
Yes, yes. And also the most amazing thing that every time Radharani sees Krishna, she thinks that she is seeing Krishna first time. You know, and that's how eager they are. They don't feel like I have seen Krishna so many times. They always feel that I'm seeing Krishna first time. Yeah, these gopis and all the Brajvasis, you know, the whole day you see the Brajvasis, their business is to live a simple life. I always remember that when this danger of Kamsa and everything, all the demons were attacking, so Nanda Baba and all these elderly gopas one evening get together and they said we should relocate it. This was like an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and they were discussing that yes, tomorrow morning we should leave this town. And you see in the morning how much possessions they should have that they can put it in the bullock cart. And all this Brajvasis has the one bullock cart was enough to carry that belonging. Now look at that, how simple life they should have, that they can fit everything in the bullock cart. When I see the scene, Nand Baba and everybody driving the bullock cart with the belonging, and they are not moving for 1 week or 2 weeks, they were permanently moving. So really, when we see those things, we should think about it. Do we need all these things? Why we cannot make it so simple? And make it, you know, the one thing when I have mentioned so many times, but I will repeat again, that when I moved to US in 1978 in Houston, somehow or other, I got the book by financial planner Vanita Van Kaspel. And she wrote so wonderfully small thing that you should make cash envelope for each category of your expense. And when the envelope get empty, that's it. You don't buy those things. Simple. And I remember I used to buy cabbage and potato was the main thing. Very cheap. You know, 5-10 pound was 99-cent potato. Cabbage is also, you know, 19 cents a pound. And hardly I used to get the okra, which I like the most. But just to stay within the budget. And I have that even, you know, budget for my gas. In a week, I used to put $18 of gas, I remember. And if we have used up by Friday, then there is no weekend, just stay home and enjoy whatever you need to do, but no car business. We can still follow that somewhat, you know, but we have been spoiled by our luxury, you know. But if we can simplify it, and then she was saying that you should move around. Every 2-3 years you should change your residence. That's what she was saying. Why? Then you will realize how many things useless you are keeping in your house, and particularly the kitchen. Our Indian
so true, Prabhu.
Huh?
So true. I realized it once I moved it, but now when I'm in a permanent home.
Right.
My mom says, how much did you gather all this? When did you gather all this?
Right. And then when you move the kitchen, you will see.
Prabhu, especially the closet where you have the cloths. You don't wear all the cloths, but it will be
right.
But
we keep, you know, so many things unnecessary. And then she said that once a year you should go in each drawer and everything storage place and see if you have not touched this for 6 months or 9 months, you're never gonna use this. Just discard them. Keep it very nice and clean and simple. Whatever you need, just keep it otherwise. Yeah, this is how the Brajbasis were, it's very simple. Those kind of a scene come right away, simplicity, that they can feel